Today, we are diving into a truly incredible moment in human development, the 10-week mark. Now, this isn't just another week on the calendar. Oh no, this is a massive turning point. You could almost call it a graduation day, because it's the moment where absolutely everything changes. So, let's get right into it.
So this is really the big question we're looking at today. For the first 9 weeks or so, development is just this frantic period of construction. It's all about laying down the essential foundations, the wiring, the plumbing, all the critical systems. But what happens after that? What happens when that incredibly complex architectural phase is finally done?
Well, at week 10, we get a brand new title for this new stage of life. The baby officially graduates from being an embryo to becoming a fetus. And that term, fetus, is so significant because it means the most critical, most vulnerable period of building is over. All the major parts are now in place. The blueprint is complete.
Okay, so let's break down what this milestone really means. We are witnessing a massive shift in purpose. It's a pivot from building to growing. The main job is no longer creating organs from scratch. The entire focus is now on what comes next.
And this really lays it out perfectly. Before week 10, it's all about that intricate, complex process of building the blueprint. But after week 10, the mission changes. It's all about growth and maturation. It's about taking all those amazing structures that have just been built and making them bigger, stronger, and more fine-tuned for the world outside. So, to give you a sense of scale here, think of a kumquat. It's such a simple way to picture just how tiny we're talking. This little being could literally rest in the palm of your hand. But don't let that tiny size fool you for a second. The amount of complexity packed inside is just staggering.
And if you want the hard numbers behind that kumquat comparison, here they are. The fetus is about 3.1 centimeters long. That's a little over an inch and weighs around 35 grams. And you've got to remember, every single millimeter of that length is just buzzing with incredible developmental activity.
All right, next up, let's talk about the command center, because maybe the most mind-blowing development happening right now is in the brain. It's going through such an explosive growth period that you could honestly describe it as its own Big Bang.
The sheer scale of this is, well, it's hard to even wrap your head around. Just look at this number. 250,000. 250,000 new neurons are being formed every single minute. That's an absolutely unimaginable rate of construction, building the very processing power for a whole lifetime of thoughts, memories, and feelings.
And that incredible brain growth we just talked about, it totally explains this little fun fact. Right now, at 10 weeks, the head makes up about half of the baby's total length. All that real estate is needed to house that big bang happening inside, as the brain just rapidly expands and wires itself up.
Now, of course, all this super fast growth needs a really powerful engine to keep it fueled. And that engine, the heart, has also just hit a huge milestone. It's working in total overdrive, pumping all the nutrients and oxygen to every single developing cell.
And what's so amazing here is that the heart is no longer just a simple little tube. It is completely transformed into a fully formed, four-chambered organ, just like yours or mine. It's got distinct atria and ventricles, all working together to create a strong, steady beat. The structural work is officially done.
And just check out the difference in speed. A fetal heart at this stage is beating at around 180 beats per minute. That is nearly 3 times faster than your own resting heart rate. It's like a tiny little engine just running at full throttle 24/7.
So, with the internal powerhouses like the brain and the heart really getting up to speed, the focus also turns to refining the external shape. That initial blueprint is now being carefully sculpted into a recognizable human being, with features that are getting more and more distinct.
It's all about the little details now. Eyelids have actually formed over the eyes, but they're going to stay fused shut for a while to protect the super delicate structures developing underneath. The outer ears are migrating to their final spots on the sides of the head, and the face itself is just becoming more and more defined.
Here's another really fascinating detail for you. The skeleton. At this stage, it's not bone yet, not at all. The entire framework is made of this flexible material called hyaline cartilage. It's the same kind of stuff that gives your own nose and ears their shape. This cartilage provides the basic structure, and it will slowly be replaced by hard bone over the next few weeks and months.
So, beyond just the major structures, all these other crucial systems are starting to come online. You can think of it like they're booting up and running practice drills, all to get ready for the moment they have to work on their own after birth.
Let's just take the digestive system as a perfect example. The stomach has now formed its shape and has moved into its proper place. And what's incredible is that it's already starting to produce digestive juices. It's practicing for its future job of processing swallowed amniotic fluid. How cool is that?
And you know, all of this amazing development is happening while there's constant activity. The fetus is moving all the time, kicking its tiny limbs, stretching, and making all sorts of jerky little movements. Now, these flutters are way too small to be felt for a while yet, but they're a constant sign that the nervous system is firing up and testing all of its new connections.
So the 10-week mark really is the end of the beginning. The architectural blueprint is complete. The most critical construction is finished. From a tiny kumquat-sized being, the mission is now all about growth and refinement, which of course leaves us with the next big question. With this foundation now perfectly set, how does this tiny being spend the next several months getting ready for the world outside?